Still in Love is a character who breaks all molds of a normal Umamusume, and her career story is no exception to that fact. This video will contain my best retelling of Still's career story and the parallels it shows to real-life events. If you'd like full context on the real-life story of Still in Love, I highly recommend you watch my video essay on her entire career. Now without further delay, this is the story of Still in Love, and the twisted path she walks alongside her trainer. In this scenario, the trainer and Still meet in a rather unconventional manner. On a full moon night, the trainer, by chance, happens to witness Still in Love as she runs wildly. To the trainer, the sight is mesmerizing, seeing an Umamusume run in such a manic way. Instantly, the trainer is captivated. Still's current state is terrifying, yet unbearably beautiful. As Still comes to a halt, the trainer remains frozen in place, almost drawn to Still's unnerving allure. With crimson eyes, Still's demonic side gazes back at the trainer with a smile, whispering in delight. With this sudden encounter, the trainer blacks out, waking the next morning back at his residence. He has no recollection of how he got back, nor anything that happened following his encounter with this mysterious Umamusume. His own physical health isn't the first thing that crosses a trainer's mind. Instead, it's a frenzied wave of thoughts on who this girl was and how he could find her. A small, quiet voice breaks the trainer's concentration as he comes face to face with Still in Love. Unlike the previous night, this time, Still seems gentle and delicate, her once glowing crimson eyes now holding a softer, more caring tone. Still's split personality, or her demonic side when racing, is a nod to the fiery temperament that came from her pedigree and the inbreeding that took place. Still in Love on the surface is widely overlooked by the world, a faint presence that only wants to feel the warmth of someone's affection. She despises this ugly side of herself that she harbors, denouncing and wanting to ever have the trainer see that side of her again. As the two continue to grow closer, the trainer attends the first race in Still's story. Unsurprisingly, the announcer doesn't even seem to notice that Still's there. It is only after the trainer intervenes that she can properly start the race alongside her competitors. Unlike before, everyone's eyes would be on Still, or rather, the demonic side of her that emerged once the race began. Still in Love would display brute force and power through her opponents, letting this other side of herself consume her momentarily. The audience wasn't captivated by this performance, but instead unnerved. They were filled with a sense of dread watching Still run. Even though she managed to regain herself, Still ended at the back of the pack, losing the race to retain her sanity. She is utterly dejected in having the trainer witness her ugly state, running off before the two can properly talk. The next sequence of events are also an interesting tidbit in the world of Umamusume lore. The trainer continues to search for Still and encounters an Uma by the name of Neo Universe. This Uma states that she understands Still's plight and aids the trainer in finding her by giving him some helpful advice. In the world of Umamusume, there are three characters who hold such a weak presence. These characters are Zeno Robroy, Neo Universe, and Still in Love. For these three, their weak presence would be a direct result of their real-life careers, being overshadowed by another figure who would gain much more fame despite their own individual accomplishments. For Still in Love, even claiming the Triple Tiara, she would never be the fan favorite to win any of the three legs of the Phillies Triple Crown, always falling second place in each popularity poll. In addition, her real-life jockey, Hideki Miyuki, was not a popular name at the time. Still's rival, Admire Groove, was incredibly strong and came from a famous bloodline of horses. And to top it all off, she was jockeyed by Yutaka Take. With the help of Neo Universe, the trainer finds Still and the two are able to properly talk face to face. This is a point where Still in Love reveals this ugly, disgraceful side of herself who possesses immense power. To Still, she never wants this side to emerge, knowing how many react to seeing her in that state. She's completely accepting if the trainer feels the same way, almost as if she's preparing herself to be left alone once again. The trainer, to Still's surprise, tells her that he can aid her in controlling that demonic side that she possesses, utilizing her strength as a weapon to seize victory while racing. To the trainer, that side of her isn't ugly, but beautiful. This would be the first time that Still in Love would feel such a strong connection to anyone in the world of Umamusume. Willingly accepting the trainer's offer, Still agrees to work alongside the trainer to refine her racing style and not be consumed by her demonic side. With this, the twisted story begins between Still in Love and the trainer, and their slow descent into madness that the two will undergo together. As the days pass, Still and the trainer begin to grow closer, refining Still's running style and slowly gaining a grasp on controlling this demonic nature. This is amazing progress, and seeing such growth, the trainer asks what Still's goals are at Racing Academy. For some, it would be achieving the Triple Crown, while for others, it would be winning a specific race. Still, at this moment, hesitates, unsure of what her answer should be. There's only one thing certain in Still's mind, and that's her ever-growing attachment to the trainer. She never thought that she could be loved as much as the trainer loves her, and all that fills her mind is the fondness that she has for him. Though Still had trouble forming a goal to achieve alongside her trainer, a clear path would soon be paved for her. One day, as the two continued training, the duo caught sight of Meguro Ramonu. Even in the Umamusume world, this name holds heavy significance. Meguro Ramonu was the first and only filly to claim the Triple Tiara in the history of the Twinkle series at the time. Seeing such a decorated Uma causes the trainer to light up. Passionately, he begins to speak of Ramonu's accomplishments to Still. Even though this was her beloved trainer, Still in Love couldn't shake a burning feeling in her chest, the feeling of a fierce, uncontrollable jealousy. For the first time while training, Still would abruptly leave midway through their conversation. She couldn't stand seeing her trainer look so fondly at anyone else. Ramonu, having observed the scene unfold, seemed intrigued by what she deemed as Still's and the trainer's love. Ramonu doesn't let these events pass with time, but instead, she acts to further ignite the jealousy Still felt on that day. Meguro Ramonu would approach Still in Love, almost pushing Still with deliberate provocation. Ramonu taunts that she could steal Still's beloved trainer from her, sparking the once mild jealousy into a blazing inferno. I will never hand him over to you. The very next day following this altercation, Still in Love would confidently declare her new goal, to win the Triple Tiara. Stunned, the trainer could see the fierce resolve in Still's expression. She was dead serious on this goal. No one had achieved this feat in the 17 years since Meguro Ramonu. Even with the daunting road ahead of them, the trainer and Still set out to challenge the Triple Tiara. In the training sessions that followed, their bond only continues to grow stronger alongside their obsession with one another. Still with the trainer's kindness to her despite her ugly side. And for the trainer, the obsession with this demonic side of Still in Love. It is important to note at this point in the video that it isn't the innocent Still that the trainer is so fond of. Even upon their first meeting, the trainer isn't mesmerized by Still herself, but by the monstrous display of power she showed with her demonic nature. When participating in races leading up to the Triple Tiara, the trainer remains fixated on Still's unhinged side, almost feeding her vampiric urge to crush any and all who stand in her path. The fiery urge to win the Triple Tiara wasn't only caused by Meguro Ramonu, but also was a deep urge for Still's demonic side to be able to consume strong opponents and defeat them. As the races continue, this vampiric urge continued to grow stronger, yearning for stronger and stronger opponents to satisfy her lust for racing. This bloodlust would bring Still in Love face to face with her main rival, Admire Groove. In the world of Umamusume, Admire Groove is a cold and distant Uma who had grown up in an orphanage, never knowing the warmth of a family's love. Seeing the trainer and Still's closeness, she finds them absolutely pathetic, having to rely on each other to grow stronger. And to her, such fragile emotions were nothing but a hindrance when striving for victory while racing. Admire Groove's demeanor in Umamusume is a reflection of her real-life history. Being a descendant of Air Groove, the original plan was for Admire Groove to carry the Air name. Despite this, the owner of Air Groove failed to purchase Admire Groove, and thus could not give her the Air prefix. Even with Admire Groove closed off and isolated, from a distance, Airgroove worried deeply for her. Airgroove acts as Admire's senior and mentor, regularly checking in to make sure she's okay. After seeing the trainer and Still, Admire's new goal is simple: to stand against Still in Love by herself. Despite Admire Groove's vendetta, and after many hardships, Still in Love would ultimately persevere, defeating her formidable rival and claiming the Triple Tiara. With this victory, and after a long road alongside her trainer, Still in Love felt something change within her. The demonic presence which plagued Still all her life began to fade. It was finally satisfied, having raced against the strongest of her generation during the quest for the Triple Tiara. With these words of satisfaction, the presence had vanished completely. For the first time in Still's life, she was free from the shackles of this inner self. Still in Love, unsurprisingly, was overjoyed. With this, people would no longer fear her or look at her with disgust. She could finally be loved by everyone, and not hated for this ugly side that she portrayed. Above all else, Still in Love could be with her trainer uninterrupted, finally returning to being an ordinary Umamusume as she continued her days at Tracing Academy. After the Kinko show, Still in Love would plan to announce her retirement, having fulfilled her goal alongside her beloved trainer. Even with retiring, Still asks if she can remain by the trainer's side, which he promptly agrees to. Despite this agreement, the trainer was disappointed. Though he never let it show, he was shaken to his core by the disappearance of this demonic presence, the beautiful yet terrifying entity that he encountered on that moonlit night. The trainer genuinely did have fondness for Still, but the urge to see her demonic side began to consume him as they began their quest for the Triple Tiara. After her final race in her senior year, Still retires from racing, ready to settle happily alongside her trainer. Sadly, the trainer cannot resist this demonic allure that Still's other side had infected him with, and slowly he begins to spiral into madness. The trainer, in order to feed this urge, forces Still to continue racing. Since it was her beloved trainer requesting this of her, Still complies, fully surrendering herself to this demonic force that had once left her. Even with feeding his obsession with witnessing Still crush strong opponents, the trainer's health begins to rapidly decline. He begins to obsess over Still while racing and refuses to eat, sleep, or properly take care of his own well-being. As long as Still raced, that's all that mattered. Funnily enough, it would be the very same Uma who pushed Still to claim the tiara that will return to warn her of how far they've fallen. Meijiro Ramonu confronts Still, helping to pull her from this demonic grasp. Even with Ramonu's help, it's far too late to save Still or the trainer. Too late to turn back, and destined for a broken future, Still decides to race until the very end, her rational side embracing the demonic side of her. Out of all the rivals and opponents Still had consumed and conquered, there was one left to show her absolute strength and to fully satisfy this vampiric urge. The first Triple Tiara winner, Meijiro Ramonu. Still would face Ramonu in the Japan Cup, and ultimately, Still would defeat Ramonu, satisfying her urge to once more devour the strongest who ran against her. This victory would ultimately cause the trainer, who had fully given in to this demonic force, to be hospitalized due to his deteriorating condition. Seeing how much she'd hurt her beloved trainer, Still ultimately decides to leave Tracing Academy, this being the final thing she can do to ensure the trainer's safety and well-being. In the career playthrough, this is the point where the endings diverge. The normal ending of Still's career follows the trainer as he continues to chase Still as she attempts to leave Tracing Academy. Realizing Still's attempt to distance herself, the trainer leaves the hospital to remain alongside her. Once more, just like in her main career story, Still is unable to refuse the trainer that she's grown so fond towards. The two continue to train for races under the cover of night. Eerily, at this point, the trainer is described as having glowing red eyes, and also displays an odd sensitivity to sunlight, almost as if the game were paying a nod to Still's vampiric urges, and how deeply it had affected the trainer. This scenario ends with the pair spiraling into madness, their twisted love fully making the trainer go insane. It is implied that this corruption will only continue, and the situation between the two will only worsen from here. The quote-unquote good ending if you can call it that, has a somewhat bittersweet feeling to it. Unlike the normal ending, the trainer remains hospitalized, for once taking his health into consideration and allowing himself to recover in the coming days. Returning to Tracen Academy, he finds out that Still had departed long ago. Interestingly, almost no one remembers her existing there to begin with. Just like with her character story, Neo Universe would once more intervene and aid the trainer to find Still in love. With this, the trainer embarks on what the game describes as a very, very long journey. After an undisclosed amount of time searching, the trainer finds Still alone in the middle of an isolated flower field. This is where things take a sad turn. Still states that she is no longer herself, and can no longer go to the trainer's side. She fully understands that she was the cause of the trainer's decline in health, and his obsession with seeing her demonic side race. If she were to return, the trainer would break apart. In response, the trainer states that if she cannot go to his side, he will join Still in hers. This way, the trainer can fulfill his promise made to Still of being together even after she raced. Still's next set of dialogue almost paints this as if she's referring to him in the past tense. She states that she's saddened that she couldn't protect the trainer, and that all she wanted to do was to make him happy. She admits that even after all this hardship, those feelings haven't changed. She's still in love with the trainer. This, however, isn't where the perceived good ending concludes. Unlike many other career playthroughs, the Hot Spring event comes after this ending plays out. In every case prior to this, the Hot Spring event would play before an Uma's ending. This event seems very different compared to other scenarios. In addition, it's completely up to the RNG of the run that you're on to get the Hot Spring ticket to begin with, so for many, this ending remains hidden until they achieve that point in their career playthrough. In the Hot Spring scenario, the setting is at night, and unlike before, there are no sounds of anything else but the two present in that moment. No chatter from other people at the spring, nor the presence of ambiance that normally accompanies this event. Instead of normal transitions, this time they blur together, with the trainer seeming to slide in and out of consciousness. It is described that the two of them seem very tired, and the trainer begins to black out. This is where the career scenario ends, with the trainer blacking out and Still telling him that she has and will always be happy, and that she'll always be by the trainer's side, in whatever form she may take. This is where my quote-unquote good ending emphasis comes into play. It's almost as if the trainer isn't in our world per se, but in the afterlife, or a world between ours and the afterlife. Still is all too aware that she and the trainer cannot be together. If this happens, the trainer would only end up destroying himself. Accepting this, and after spending one final moment with her beloved, Still sends the trainer back, ensuring that she'll be with him even in a different form. If you've seen my video on Still in Love, this could also pay tribute to Akai Ito, the horse Miyuki would jockey later in his career. This red thread of fate tying Miyuki to Still even decades after her death. Even if they could no longer be together, the trainer and Still had accomplished so much during their career story. Cherishing her trainer's well-being above all else, Still in Love would make a decision. To save her trainer, she distanced herself from him, ensuring that this red thread connects them even long after death. Even with all the time that passes, Still's love for the trainer will never fade. The kindness he showed and the dedication he displayed made one thing very clear: she'll forever be still in love. Did you enjoy this video, and who should I cover next? Be sure to let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you all for joining me, and as always, I will see you all in the next video.